Hey everybody, one last video from the garden for the morning. This is going to be a little bit more top down than it is going to be bottom up. Sun is still shining. Going to go back onto the perspective video that I just uploaded. This is going to be a video about meditation. Meditation is something, and I'll get into this here in a second, that can be really helpful in sort of calming your mind and calming your body and helping ground you when things seem like they're moving too fast, whether that's happening around you or happening mentally, emotionally, psychologically. You can use meditation as a tool to kind of slow things down. The point about meditation is to remain still, be present, and essentially focus on something. Two tips that have happened for me that I've discovered through my own practice is, one, I have to sit up. Some people can do it laying down. I get tired. The second thing is to focus on something. A lot of times people will say focus on the breath. However, for me, when I try to focus on the breath, I'm always just trying to change it too much. Like, I think that I should be breathing a certain way, which I feel like is kind of detracts from the point because I'm not aware of my breathing. I'm trying to control it. So what I do is I actually try to focus on a part of my body, and what that part of my body typically is like the eye of the storm, or the center, and that center is the top of my crown, like all the way down, essentially to my pelvic floor and just like my spinal column. So what I'll do is I'll sit tall, and I just try to feel my spine. I don't control my breathing or anything. I just feel my spine, and I'm aware of it. How does it subtly move? How does it sway with my eyes closed? How does my breathing, which breathing does change how the spine will move the spine constantly. You know, can I be aware of those? Can I feel those sensations? And the reason I bring meditation up right now is because back in PT school, I was just wearing myself too thin with like work and studies, and I eventually had a, not mental, but literally like a physical panic attack. My heart was racing. I had an extremely high blood pressure, which was not good, and it was meditation essentially for like hundreds of days that like allowed me to kind of realize that I had been not paying attention to the smaller things, and I wasn't really aware of the present, and that I was even wearing myself down as I had been. So in a time like we have now, I urge you to practice meditation in the morning before you eat, before lunch, before dinner, before you go to sleep, and just sit and be quiet. And if your mind is really, really running, it's a perfect time to do it. Focus on a part of your body, whether it's the breath or the spine or your sternum or the feeling of your hands or your feet. Just focus on that. And every time you feel like a thought comes down, just gently coax yourself back to that sensation that you're wanting to call your home base. So like I use the eye of the storm or the center of my spine. If you feel like you need a little bit more help, Calm app is really good. I've used that for years, and then Headspace I've also heard really good things about. But sometimes just being in the yard and listening to the birds is also something you can focus on. So enjoy that, try meditation. This is a time where stresses abound, uncertainties abound, but we're all still alive, and the physiology will always continue to go. And if we can pay a little bit of attention to it, such as our breathing, it really puts things back into perspective.